Do you recommend intermittent fasting as a tool to avoid plateaus? Can you talk to intermittent fasting and fasting mimicking? So let me go first, Neal. And the question is, yes, intermittent fasting is a tool. What the research shows is that on average, regardless of type, if you're doing alternate day fasting, 16/8 time restricted eating, or any variation of time restricted eating or fasting, on average, you're going to see a 20 to 25 reduction in calorie intake. And that's why it works, because it creates a calorie deficit. So if you have someone who's like, I don't want to track my macros, I don't want to think about, anything, I just want to lose weight, I just want to eat, give me a certain time period where I can eat, and I'll do that. That could be effective for some individuals, but there's no magic to it. It's just the time is how they very easily restrict calories.
Yeah, and that's a personality trait for sure. I mean, if that's the way they have to do it, they can't log. My first choice is always just continuous calorie restriction, and then I just move the needle. But as soon as they come to a plateau, give them an option like that. For those of you that are these physique athletes here, that most of us forever, we created it actually in the late 70s, 3 days low, 1 day high. And that's our form of intermittent fasting. We're down to 50, 60 grams of carbs on those 3 low days, and then you just jack it up on the next day. But of course, we were super active all the time, so it wouldn't matter. You couldn't even eat enough to be able to offset the 3 days of deficit that you were in. That was a massive deficit, and that helped a lot because it could get you through it without too much pain mentally. Yeah, so I mean, it is like Kat said, it's just another strategy for some people that just works better for persons like that because of their mentality.
Yep. Okay, and Mary, fasting mimicking. So a fasting mimicking diet is a specific protocol that you follow where you consume between 500 to 800 calories a day for a set period of time. So if you're consuming 500 to 800 calories a day, what are you doing? You're creating a calorie deficit, right? So there's no magic to it. I mean, you can use it as a tool. There's a lot of preliminary emerging research around fasting mimicking in clinical applications. That's super exciting. But again, it's just another tool. And you can do a fasting mimicking diet yourself if you wanted to simulate what they're doing right now in the research. Most of that research is coming out of USC and Dr. Walter Longo. But yeah, it's another tool.